Okay, we are back here again at JiMove headquarters, but this time not for a new JiMove e-bike, but we're actually here for another brand that is called the Snapcycle. This is the Snapcycle Roadmaster, the first LTA approved mid-drive e-bike in Singapore. Okay, there is some mid-drive e-bike in Singapore, but they are not LTA approved and is illegal. And most of them are actually a conversion kit that converts a bicycle to an e-bike. So once you get caught, it's straight away up lorry by LTA. And for the brand Snapcycle, a quick check shows that it's actually a US brand which sells some quite powerful e-bikes since they don't have any LTA restrictions. And for Singapore side, they only have two e-bikes, which is the Roadmaster and Road Traveller. And the Road Traveller is actually a 36 volt hub motor, so I don't really care about that. Okay, before I talk about my first impression, we need to talk about mid-drive versus hub drive e-bike. Basically, the whole of Singapore right now are mostly hub drive e-bikes. Take MC Pro for example, the hub motor is on the rear and it powers the rear wheel. And for mid-drive e-bike, there is no motor on the rear wheels, it's actually on the crankset which powers the pedaling, which I would say is the real power or pedal assist e-bike. So there are 4 advantages over hub drive e-bike from what I read and what the boss told me. So first will be instantaneous motor power. The moment you step on the pedal, the motor is already on, the motor is already kicks in. More powerful torque and hill climb. Later on we probably will do a slope test to see if it is really better than hub drive e-bike. More power efficient, but I probably won't be able to test that during my first impression. No more ghost pedaling. If you know hub drive, after we pedal a bit, the motor kicks in, we are practically cycling air. But for mid-drive, it's different. You ride just like a normal bicycle, but with much less effort. Let's talk about my first impression on this e-bike. So first impression, this is actually a big ass e-bike. Even my camera can't even take up the whole of the e-bike. Look at the wheels, it's damn freaking huge. Obviously, we have the motor built right onto the crankset, which actually looks really seamless, and the battery is actually built into the frame just like the JiMove LC, which they don't sell anymore. And then another interesting thing is they actually have a colored LCD screen, which I have not seen before in any other e-bikes. Build quality wise, I think it looks actually really good, but I'm really not a fan of this green color, but they do come in like matte black and Tiffany blue as well. So let's talk about specs. Spec wise, this is a 36 volt e-bike, which seems pretty weak, but this is a mid-drive e-bike, so maybe the 36 volt or the 48 volt is irrelevant to them, but we will test it out to see how it goes later on. Another thing I forgot to talk about is that the motor is rated up to IP65 rating, which is very water resistant, which means you can use it under heavy rain or going over deep puddles. Battery is a 36 volt 14 AH, which is actually not a lot compared to MC and MC Pro, but it's actually rated up to like 90 kilometers. We won't be able to test the range, but I'm guessing it should be able to do at least 60 to 70 kilometers in range. So for wheels, this is a 29-inch 700cc. I do not know the width, but it is actually pretty slim. But as you know, the bigger the wheels, the better the riding experience and less bumpy it will get. But if you know me, I'm someone who prefers more form factor e-bike. So yeah. And lastly, Shimano gearing and hydraulic brakes. Unlike most e-bike, these actually have like 7 speed of gears. This will certainly appeal to some group of people, especially road cyclists. And hydraulic brakes, as always, a better tier of brakes and more effortless. Other specs includes a front light, no rear lights, a speedometer, an odometer, and 5 mode of speed. So those were the specs. Not sure what to think about as I have not tried a mid-drive e-bike before. So let's go and try and find out. Let's go.
wow, the moment you step on the pedal and cycle it, the motor just kicks in straight away. It's really instantaneous and seamless, so that is really impressive. And the pickup speed seems like it's very fast. I'm currently on the max pedal speed, which is level 5, mode 5. The pickup speed is like pretty insane. We're going to test it out with a pickup speed test later on the straight road. It doesn't have this like jerk effect. When the motor kicks in, it will jerk you backwards, just like the hard drive. This doesn't do that. It's just very smooth riding experience. Okay, and we have a straight road ahead, and we are going to test the pickup speed. And starting from 0, max speed, Shimano max gear. Let's go. And we are going from 11, 14, 16, 20, 25.6, 26, 27, 26. Oh, wow, it actually can go way faster than 25. And the pickup speed is insane, man. You can easily hit 20 km/h in seconds. Oh my god, it's pretty damn fast, I would say. So this 36 volt versus 48 volt, I would say pretty irrelevant, I would say. Yeah. But one thing to note, once you reach past 25 km/h, the motor will cut off, so it will be based on the momentum you already have, and you pedal a bit more, and it will reach 27 to 28 km/h. Okay, we are going to do the same slope test, just like what I did with MC Pro and MC. So the MC did about 9 or 10 km/h, and if I'm not wrong, MC Pro did about 17, 18 km/h. So we're going to test out how this Snapcycle Roadmaster will perform. Okay, and we are going to start right now, starting at 0 and going upwards. Now it's at 14, 16, 17, 19, 20. Oh, we are actually hitting 20. Okay, now it's like 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. So probably about 19.5 to 20 km/h. So it kind of shows that 36 volt or 48 volt, it doesn't matter to mid-drive, to this mid-drive e-bike, it still performs better than a 48 volt, so which is very impressive. We're gonna test it again with more effort this time round. See, does it make a difference? So we are going at 21 with more efforts right now. 21, 20, 21, 20, 21, 21. So I put a little bit more effort, I can hit 21 km/h. So yeah, you can definitely go higher if you want to because of the Shimano gearing.
Okay, riding experience is just like what I say, very smooth, and the motor is like very quiet. I don't think there's any sound at all on this motor, which is really cool. It's just very seamless and just rides like a normal bicycle. Effort wise, I would say it's like a 20% leg power and 80% pedal assist. A bit more effort but minimal enough that you don't feel tiring. Kind of like there's a weight pulley on the pedal which helps to release some of the effort. So I would say that's the best way I can put it. And also the wheel is like damn big. You can just run through any obstacle like nothing. And I'm gonna ride over this hump right now, and it feels like nothing. It feels even better than the JiMove MC Pro with the fat tire.
Okay, hydraulic brakes, pretty much the same, very effortless compared to other brakes, but if you want me to test, I can show you guys. One finger tap braking again, going at right now. Probably will just hit full speed in a matter of seconds. Okay, already 25 and brake. Yeah, and this is one finger tap braking, very effortless. Not much to talk about it since I talk about these hydraulic brakes many times. Okay.
Okay, overall I would say this is definitely a tier better than hard drive e-bike. The pickup speed, the hill climb, the water resistant motor, and the potential to go more than 25 km/h, and the super smooth riding experience, and also the no motor kicks in jerk. I would say this is definitely a tier better. Okay, still some miscellaneous to talk about. The battery percentage, even though it's great to have, but it just randomly jump around all the time, the numbers, so it's not very accurate. And the easiest way to mount the e-bike is from the back. So if you have a delivery bag, a big size one, mounted at the rear, is going to be very cumbersome for you to hop on and hop off. And also there's a bottom bracket which I don't think they can put because of the light over here. And I'm pretty sure you can definitely ride hands-free with this e-bike because of the big wheels, just like what Bike Dasher love doing. If you don't know that guy, do check him out at TikTok. Very famous food delivery guy. And the cons, I can straight away think right out of my head, is the higher price tag is definitely going to deter away a lot of people, especially food delivery riders. I'm very certain you won't be buying this super expensive e-bike just for food delivery. So I would say this is definitely more for like road cyclists or urban cyclists. So second thing, this is a forward riding e-bike, so means you have to bend your whole body forward just to cycle this e-bike. Most of the e-bike that I tried so far are mostly upright riding, so I'm definitely not very used to it. So not sure, definitely have to try out more, but again I would say definitely more for road cyclists. And third, this is a big ass e-bike. As you know, if you know me, I'm not really a fan of big e-bike. I'm still prefer small form factor e-bike. But if you're a huge fan of big e-bikes, this is definitely the one for you. And lastly, I don't really know much about mid-drive e-bike. I don't really know what's the range of this e-bike. Even though it's rated for like 90 kilometers, it could be much way lower. I also do not know the best setting for this e-bike. Right now I'm just on max Shimano gear and max pedal axis. Maybe there's a more efficient way for this e-bike. And I also don't know when the motor will kick in again after the cut off at 25 kilometers per hour, because the motor is like very quiet and seamless. I actually have no idea. So many things I don't know, definitely need to test more to find out. But all in all, this certainly paves a wave into the mid-drive market. Other countries already have mid-drive e-bike for like quite some time. You only have one right now, and I'm sure more will come, and I certainly do hope that they will come in a smaller and a cheaper version that's more affordable to like normal consumer like me. But overall, I'm just really glad that I will try a mid-drive e-bike. Certainly really impressed by it, and really looking forward to what other mid-drive e-bike will come next. But as for right now, this is the only one you can get. So finger crossed, hope more will come soon. Do come over and try and experience it. And that's all I want to say. See you guys in the next vlog. Ciao, bye. And maybe I'll give this a try for food delivery. Let me know how you guys think. Okay, if you enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe, and do check out other videos. Bye.